What is up, party people? Friends. Hey guys. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again for another edition of the Play Out Loud with QSC DJ discussion. You might be looking at your screen being like, what is going on? Well, I've got some of the ladies joining me from across the screen, closer to, if you want to call it, my neck of the woods. So ladies, welcome to the humidity.
Thanks, girl. My hair says thank you.
You are so welcome. For those of you who don't know, I'm Kristin Wilson out of Orlando, Florida, and I'm going to toss it over to the ladies on the other side of my screen and have them introduce you or introduce themselves to all you guys. Jess, kick us off.
What's up? DJ Jess, Jessica McKelvey out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I specialize in unique weddings, travel DJing, and anything that's different and challenges my creativity and collaboration.
Just always, yo, it's your girl Bselecta, and I am here in person in real life with Jess. If you've been watching us, we're just missing one of the amigas. Soon to be Kristin Wilson will be reunited, and it'll feel so good. I'm out of Los Angeles, California. I DJ everywhere and anywhere. I'm your love and wellness ambassador, and I'm excited to be here with these other amazing female DJs.
All right, I'm DJ Rundat. I'm out of Northern California, deep in the woods, Humboldt County. I do all kinds of events, anything from weddings, cannabis events, school events, festivals, you name it, lots of reggae shows. I'm always down for a challenge, any type of music, I got you. And I'm going to pass it on to Dvinity.
What's up? I'm DJ Dvinity.
First time on QSC Live.
Yeah, my first. Yeah. I'm also out of Humboldt County, and I specialize in hip hop, R&B, Moombaton, and electronic music.
And twerking.
Hi, everybody. I'm DJ Stardust. I'm out of Connecticut. I specialize in playing whatever you hire me for. I like to help you get the party started. Any kind of event. Cannabis events as well, mostly weddings, corporate, and a little bit of this and that, but I really just like to have a good time. So when people call me, we really like to make it personalized and unique and special for them.
First time on QSC Live.
Thank you for having me.
I love it. I love it. Welcome, ladies. Well, this is obviously a new format for some of you that are joining us. So Jess and a few of the ladies across from my screen have worked their tail off. And ladies, I got my suitcase, but I can't join you, and I'm so sorry. But Jess, why don't you kind of just give everybody a little overview of what you're working on, what you ladies are doing this week?
For sure. Kristin, I do wish you were here, but I know you wear all the hats and do all the things. So basically a couple years ago, I thought about doing a female DJ retreat and then looked at hotels and was like, this is too overwhelming. I'm done. So Michelle and Stephanie and I used to have a mastermind during the high peak COVID times. And it came about that, she had a passion for a conference too, to start something and to kind of brand something and mix self-growth and business strategics. And so that was the foundation. But really, it started because we wanted to meet each other. I was like, we've never met. I feel so close to you guys. And then B, I met through QSC, also was like, God, wouldn't it be great to be in each other's presence? And so Michelle asked Dvinity to come through. And then Stephanie asked Nicki Nell, who is at home right now, couldn't make it. And there were some other girls too that we asked, and you were one of them as well. But basically, this is to test out what it's like to create a conference, to see if these ideas, this wanting of self-care meets business growth is doable, what it takes, these ideas that we had. So it's like an unofficial retreat because there's so many dope female DJs that are out there that, deserve to be here too. So many, but because it just can't take it all on at once. Yeah, it's like a trial thing. So do you guys want to expand on that? Because even though I thought about this before, I still just froze up with the mission. Because this is the part I was nervous about. I'm like, how do I explain it? It's like, we're not men bashing, but it's like, do you guys really want to do yoga and meditation and listen to Abraham Hicks with us? I'm not sure if the guys would want to do that and do facials and get massages. Oh, we have a service. entrepreneur. Who is she?
Erica.
A holistic.
Oh no, she's a metaphysical wellness expert.
Yeah, so we also brought in the self-care hard, which I don't think any DJ conferences do, and our bodies are beat up, right? So having a massage therapist here is awesome. But Michelle, I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, so I just love, surrounding myself with other entrepreneurs, like-minded people, go-getters, goal diggers, people that stretch me, people I can learn from. And I just love bringing people together. That's one of the main reasons I love DJing so much. And when I met Jess and Steph, I interviewed them. I felt a strong connection with them. All of us here are moms, and that we're a special breed of DJs, the moms that are juggling all the things. And we all share a lot of similar passions. And so the more I got to know them, I was like, wow, I'm in love with these women, and I've only met them virtually. And how do we have such a strong connection? We've never even met in person. Can you imagine what that's going to feel like when we meet in person? Right now, I'm getting chills up my body because of the energy in this room. So we knew we needed to meet. We were supposed to meet in Vegas, Mobile Beat 2020. We all know that got canceled or went virtual. So, basically one day I texted Jess. I said, girl, we need to book our DJ retreat. And within 5 days, she had this booked and planned, and she had her invite list. And I had a couple people on mine, and we're like, let's just start here. Let's go. So that's kind of how it started. And we're here and we're doing it and we're experimenting with it. We're having a great time. We're vibing. We're going with the flow. We're super happy to be a part of this talk today and share with you guys like what we're up to. Yeah. And it's just the beginning.
I love it. I love it. So I just got back from the DJ Think Tank last week, and I think that one of my biggest takeaways from that is the power of passion of all of us being in the same room together. I think, regardless of background, gender, age, sex, religion, all the things. And one of the speakers that was on stage was Phil Gerbyshak. And he mentioned kind of this so imagine a circle. And within a circle, you've got another smaller circle and then a tiny circle. So if you start in the middle, you have your core. Then outside of that, you have your crew. And then even bigger than that, you have your community. And I think it's really important to have that defined on where those areas are, because you have an opportunity to learn, you have an opportunity to share, and you also have an opportunity to educate within all of that. And I think most importantly, community is absolutely everything.
Oh no, she froze. That means we're froze too. Yeah, we're frozen. Shit. She's probably just taking this now. Oh no.
We might need to leave the studio and then.
Are we here? Are we here?
Check 1, 2. Test 1,
Yeah, check 1, 2.
Can you hear us too?
Loud and clear.
Shit.
Are you ladies there?
Yeah, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Kristin was frozen. Oh.
Okay, we're back.
Yay! So, welcome to Florida thunderstorms. Thunderstorms interrupt every modem that's ever possible. But yeah, I think community is super duper important because we really can grow from each other, even if it's just the different perspectives that we share from across the US or in the different areas that we do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Community hacked into the Facebook groups and started connecting and networking with the bigger world of DJs that I really started to grow my business, because I was just winging it, doing my own thing with a small community of local support, but the events are nothing like I'm seeing across the country. Like I'm in a field in a barn, which other people are too. I don't have great big halls. So I never thought to order a scrim or to even have any lighting. Like most of my events are outside. There's all these things that I'm learning from the community, and it pushes me to be better and do better always.
Yeah, I agree. Talk about some of the things that you guys are doing at the retreat from a business perspective. Where are you kind of pushing your boundaries and maybe learning something that you maybe haven't thought of before?
What was the goal envisioning thing that you had us do? Well, Michelle led a workshop where you write a timeline of events in your life and that, stand out to you, right? So we all kind of reflections, we all took that from our own perspective of how we approached it. Like I went all the way back till I was 3 years old, jumping on a trampoline with headphones on, listening to Yes, to whenever I got hurt in gymnastics. I focus on it from a performer perspective to kind of celebrate wins and then also just see the larger picture. But that really helps you to see how far you've come, because it's very easy to get stuck always chasing the next goal, always trying to crush the next thing, that you don't enjoy actually what you're doing right now and how far you've come. So I thought that was pretty eye-opening. And then you said, what was the next part? Like, what would make this year perfect?
Yeah, so we looked back on our accomplishments and our journey in business and including life if you wanted to. And then we went into visioning forward. We have 5 more months left of this year. What would make it, a home run? What would just make you feel so happy if you could accomplish this one thing? And it's really hard to get one thing, but so we set some goals, what would we like to do? And then we get to hold each other accountable moving forward and check in on that.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is more self-care focused than a typical conference or retreat, because we're finding that if we nurture that part of ourselves, it shows up in other ways. So it's like you do that, you do the hard work, and then we move on and do things like I yell at them because they're not adding us on their stories and Instagram. And I teach them how to, make a list and copy it in their notes. And then we're doing music exchanges as well too, kind of like drop in our favorite tracks too. Anybody else want to expand on that? Is Kristen frozen?
No, I'm
Oh, okay.
You guys already know I'm all about work-life balance. I'm still doing bike rides. I did 20 miles today. So, I saw last night Bselecta that you had said on your stories. You took on woods and then you guys did shocker balancing, which I've never done before. So I was like, I don't know what that is, but maybe I'll try it one day. And then just the music and things like that. I'm like, ooh. So I didn't really go in the woods with you guys on my bike, on a trail in the woods beside me. So I'm kind of there.
Oh my goodness, Kristen, you're still breaking up on our end for some reason. We call it chakra woods and be there.
Okay. Let's just celebrate on that then. We've got lightning storms and it is so bad right now. Anytime I'm frozen, you let me take it.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So when we were creating the schedule, we wanted to have a lot of open space to just let it flow, because when we're in wedding mode, there's so much structure and schedule and all that. And we wanted to kind of come here and unwind and see what organically flowed. So we're fascinated with, when we're prepping music, where are you getting your music from? How are you building your sets? And how are you organizing? Just as basic as those things, because it kind of starts there, I think, with DJing. First step is your playlist, your music. And then we did set up the DJ gear. So we're going to play around tonight, and Bselecta is going to teach us some of her tricks, and we're going to see how each other mixes and what are our fire songs. We're going to create a collaborative playlist. We're going to exchange music. I want remixes. I want everyone's remixes because I love remixes. And then, some of the girls really bond well with the hip hop, and I'm more the reggae, Afro, dancehall, Moombahton, and then it all blends. And then today we're really focused on content too, because we have this gorgeous mini mansion here in Georgia. We're in Powdered Springs, and it's decorated. You can see the plant wall behind us. It's super cute. So we're going to take advantage of that. And we're just really enjoying ourselves. We wanted to talk about marketing and branding, but we're going to just see if those conversations organically flow. But next time I could see us maybe adding a little more business, but it's more about what do we want to do here? What do we want to create? So
I can add to that, because I would say as an attendee, I didn't have to plan anything, which was super awesome. As a wedding DJ, I do plenty of that. So I kind of came here. I first saw this wall and I was like, I came here to create content. And then they brought the metaphysical wellness expert. So I came here to massage and relax my very sore body, because we're in the midst of the middle of wedding season. I came here to share stories, and ideas with these other DJs who I know can understand every aspect of where I'm coming from, whether I'm complaining or I'm rejoicing. These ladies know where I'm coming from. And I also came to kind of just explore this new area. I've never been to Georgia, and I felt like meeting up with Michelle and these Michelle, Jess, and the two that I haven't met yet. I was really excited to just connect with new female DJs as well as the two, because me and Michelle have only ever talked. And Jess and we had the chance to meet, I think, at 1 or 2 expos so far. And, as she was saying, it's not anything against the men, but I think, as Michelle even mentioned, we're doing something a little bit different. Like, so when we go to Atlantic City or Vegas, we're not really there for massages and, chakra balancing and such, but we are there still for the networking and the connecting and, all the benefits that it brings when we all come together. So I think that attending and not being, one of the coordinators and organizers of this has been nice, but I was kind of like a support. And I think I've already, in the 3 days we've been here, just made some new friends. I'm super massaged. I've had a couple sessions with Erica, and I just look forward to the sessions later with the content and the music exchanges and the fun stuff with the music.
So what do you think? Talk to me a little bit about the importance of, like, let's say, for example, like while you guys are talking this, I'm thinking, well, wait, why aren't there massages that are incorporated into some of the conferences that we go to?
And right, but nobody take that because I'll be pissed.
Well, I mean,
I
don't
need
like
it.
actually there is an app and you can order massages back in your hotel room. Like you can make it happen. And it's kind of another reason why, like when I look at a conference schedule and I see like the last class ends and then like dinner time is at X time, I like to see at least an hour and a half to 2 hours in between so that I can decompress, organize from like all the stimulation and intellectual conversation that I've had all day and kind of take it down a notch and then like listen to music, get ready, and then go. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So like let's talk about that for a minute because again, like I'm coming off of a high, off of like a go, and I absolutely loved every single second of it. I wouldn't have changed it for the world, but I do think that there is value in there's value in self-care. You know what I mean?
100% value in self-care. You can't do anything if you're not taking care of yourself. It's just, and it goes by the wayside. I mean, the thing that I did like though is it seems as, I went to Midwest with you, Kristin, you were there. And I see, Justin Reed's in the chat about to say something about him. A lot of the presentations and seminars that are, about branding, marketing, playing, and whatever other DJ things there are, a lot of them have switched to be self-care. I don't know if you noticed this, Marquee stuff. You were at Marquee recently. It's because the year we've had, but I do believe there should be some seminars that are focused on that aspect of things, and not saying they should dominate. Like Justin Reed talked about, what was it called, Kristin? From focused to frazzled?
Frazzled to focus. And oh my God, like to this day, it wasn't even, it was a jelly bean video. So for those of you guys watching, write down jelly bean, because if you type in Skittles, you're not going to find it. But in my mind, it's Skittles. And Justin was talking about, coming from a place of being frazzled to like, okay, I need to get focused. I need to take care of me. Because if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of others. And so he played this video that you guys can find online. And I call it Skittles. Like we only have so many of them. When you're born, you have, let's just say 100,000 Skittles. And out of that 100,000 Skittles, let's say 2,000 of them are going to be spent doing laundry. Guys, that's so dumb. Like I don't want to spend my Skittles doing laundry.
You don't?
No, absolutely not. No. If you know me, I'm not doing laundry. I'll do it. The laundry's done. Nobody at me. But so you have to look at life that way, right? And you've got to take care of yourself and know that there's only so many minutes, so many hours, so many weeks, so many days, So that was something I took away from Midwest. And so I do think it's important, to take care of ourselves. Because I'm going to be honest, I'm the first one to say, Kristin did not take care of Kristin in 2020 because she had like 500 other people to take care of first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
I don't know how you did it.
I don't know either.
I think it's super important, like to get the massages in particular. I am addicted, honestly. I'll get them before a gig and after a gig, and like it came in so clutch yesterday because I'm from California, so the jet lag. I couldn't sleep till 5:30 in the morning 2 nights ago here. So getting up and leading a retreat and leading workshops, which is something I've never done in this atmosphere, like in this environment. So if there was honestly some pressure I felt within myself, I'm like, oh my gosh, I slept like crap. I feel like crap. This heat, like all of it. But I got myself together and we did it and it was fine. But I rewarded myself right after with some foot reflexology and some Reiki, some energy healing. And how perfect was that? Like I am just so blessed that Jess was able to, for one, just have that idea to bring Erica, and for two, that it worked out. I'm like, I always want to have that person, and I haven't been to a convention yet. And when I go to a Mobile Entertainment Expo in Vegas in February, I'm making sure I get a massage after I present, or after I DJ. Like it's non-negotiable at this point. So if you're not doing something for yourself before or after, or to celebrate after your gigs, like it's time to start.
You guys,
the top ladies and gentlemen, the savior, the woman who makes us feel better about ourselves every day.
There she is.
Love it. You guys, Nate Nelson is in the chat. He has never had a massage. We're gonna figure out. But like over here thinking like
Kristin, you're RJD2ing again. No, Reiki master in the building. My husband's here watching. So, Erica, why don't you kind of talk about what services you've been providing us? The self-care is important, people. So what have you been doing to our bodies?
I have been offering multiple services that touch on the mind, body, and soul as a whole aspect. I've been doing physical services like massage and reflexology on the feet, in addition to skincare and energy therapy services. Is it important to round all of that together?
Yeah, so happy you're here.
Thank you for having me, girls. It's been wonderful.
I think Kristin's still frozen. Kristin, can you?
Am I alive or am I frozen?
You're back. Hey, girl.
I am back, people. So I was just gonna say, like, at a certain point, even if we do have this business side to us, and we're intellectual, like I'm a spreadsheet girl, I think at the end of the day, we are all creatives, and in order for us to be able to do that and to do what we do as DJs and MCs to the best of our ability, we do have to be like open and like, I am such a better DJ when I'm not stressed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Preach, girl.
And the
like
other thing go ahead. I was just going to say, often we might not even know how stressed out we are, but then someone squeezes your shoulders and your neck and you're like, oh my gosh,
really?
You're holding it in your body.
Did
and you don't
hurt?
know because you're going nonstop. In our DJ businesses, like you're going. It's like there's barely a break. I have to intentionally give myself time off.
Yeah, I think that's why like time blocks are important. And like I have certain routines where even leading up to a wedding, I don't take any appointments the day of. I won't take any phone calls. I don't make any phone calls. The morning of, I typically wake up, as early as my body just feels like waking up with no alarm. I might do a bike ride, and I'll open the laptop.
RJD2. That's just the code word when you start breaking up. You look really cute how you're frozen right now. Hopefully those of you out there in Facebook Live world can still see us. And I see what Kristin was talking about. Nate Nelson, who was on the QSC chat with the guys, JSG, and who else is on it? Jordan, Marshall, and Dylan. You've never had a massage. Nate Nelson, what are you doing, buddy? You got to schedule yourself one. Do you not like being touched? Is that what it is?
I'll change that.
Erica said she'll change that. We're going to open up this retreat to everybody that wants to take self-care into account with business growth.
And another part of the self-care and me being kind of partly in charge of the food was that eating right. I mean, it's all connected. It's the eating right, it's sleeping, it's massage, chiropractic, acupuncture. I mean, I do it all. I do it all. So there's just so much to it.
Kristin, are you back?
I think I am.
Yes, I think I am.
So I think I've burned my modem and my Wi-Fi in the last year with the amount of lives that we've done. So don't worry, people. It's getting fixed tomorrow. When we come back
girl.
next time, we won't have these issues. But yeah, I think it's important, those time blocks, having a routine and making sure that you're taking care of you. Because at the end of the day, we have to step behind a booth and we have to create, something that people are going to remember forever, whether it's their wedding day, whether it's, a special event. God, nobody has ever gone to those in the last year. So it's up to us to create that. We can't do that if we're not taking care of ourselves, for sure.
Yeah. And conferences are a great way to connect and kind of build that community that can support you with self-care too. So let's talk about conferences a little bit. Do you want to
Yes.
dive into that for a minute too?
Yes.
I want to roll out. Yeah. Erica's going to go back.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's do it. Let's dive into conferences and why they're important. Are you still with us?
Yep, I am.
Sweet.
Okay, so what conferences are you guys going to in, let's just say, the next coming months? Because I think I'm not going to Atlantic City. That's the next one, right? That one's in August.
That's August 9th through the 12th.
Yep.
I've been there before. It's nice because it's on the East Coast. So a lot of the companies and DJs on the East Coast, that's an easy one to travel to. I know Stephanie's been there. Oh, you're over here.
Yeah, I'm going this year too.
So I'm actually speaking there this year. It's my first time on stage presenting. Oh, you guys, I can't even. But I'm learning all the things about Instagram, working the algorithm and branding with it. So I'm excited about that. And yeah, so Steph will be there. Nicki Nell, I know, will be there too, as well as Shani, representing Bose. A lot of good people will be there. Are you guys going to any other conferences? No.
No, I think the next
B's
one we're
never
looking
been to
forward
one.
to is Vegas in February.
Yeah, and then there's Vegas in
MEX.
February. Oh, the Collective, Kristin.
Yep.
I'm gonna go see you guys at the Collective.
The Collective.
Yeah, I think.
Or you go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I have a really good excuse for not going to Atlantic City. I will be in Las Vegas watching Usher perform on a stage. So,
Oh, that's a great excuse.
Tell him I said hello.
I
What'd
mean,
you do? Sorry, Riley.
I'm gonna try to get backstage passes, and yeah. So that's gonna be a blast.
Awesome.
The Collective is actually, it's the reason why I have DJ equipment here right now. The people that you meet at conferences and just making connections nationwide, it really opens up so many doors. You and I, for example, I met you because your shoes were cute. And I'm like, hey, girl, love your shoes. Here we are, open up the door with QSC and so many other things. A guy named Topher Taylor, who lives in Atlanta, is the one who I reached out to for equipment. He also got me a gig in OKC. And then when I traveled to OKC, I also needed equipment there too. And Tom Sawyer lives there, whom I met at the expo. Again, you need something, holler. So I think that's one of the best parts of being a DJ and being in the line of work that we are and choosing to attend conferences or intentionally seek out others, is that you build this nationwide community. And there is nothing better than just breaking out of your market and being able to work across the nation.
I'm going to say something only because this is my first networking. I mean, I did a 1-day DJ City Ladies Link Up, which was cool. But, it takes a while to get kind of comfortable. So this is my first experience with, really, really getting to know other female DJs and DJs in general, for sure. But there's some commonalities between the female DJs, the mom DJs. Like, there's a lot of different areas where I'm finding so much synchronicity and like camaraderie here. So for any DJ out there who has not done anything like this, where you're putting yourself around other DJs, I really want to encourage you to do that, because it's been so cool to hang out with girls who will finish the last line of my Lil Kim rap, or who wants to cook to Beanie Man, or who, like, it's been so cool to have this experience. I'm sad it took me this long to do it, but I really want to encourage people to do it, because it is really fun to be around like-minded people. Also, I'm all about like diversity and stuff, but being around other music people and being able to create like this and chill like this has been a blast.
And it's a private environment where we're all going to be getting private twerking lessons from DJ Dvinity later. So I'm really excited about that myself.
I believe that
Chris and RJD2, all I hear is twerk, wish, could. It's funny.
Just check our Instagram stories later for evidence and mishaps.
So I think we were also the importance of conferences. Yeah. Anything else that you want to expand on with that? The importance of networking and community in the DJ industry. And those of you watching, if you've been to a DJ conference, which one's your favorite? Which ones are you going to? Or if you haven't been, what's the reason?
Can I add about the conferences? Because I attended the Marquee in just last month or the month before, last month.
That one provides a lot of value.
I seriously have incorporated a few of those little tidbits of information I got from the seminars, and it's literally changed the whole entire way that I'm doing my weddings, and they're becoming more fun. I'm getting looser on the mic. And so just some of these things that, you sit through a lot of courses and there's a lot of information and parties and such, but you take home some of these things and you incorporate them into your everyday events and stuff, and it just changes it levels you up, it gives you a better experience, and then next thing you know, maybe you're making more money, you're booking better gigs. And I just think like the conferences and the education are just priceless, and of course the networking opportunities are amazing, and the friends.
Dude, Kristin is killing it right now into the speaking and presenting world. All of the content that you're bringing, not only are your presentations freaking gorgeous and branded and beautiful, but the knowledge that you've dropped at Midwest, and I saw you spoke at Think Tank too. Incredible. And I wish you weren't frozen so you could remind me of the titles.
Thank you.
I hear you. Kristin?
Yeah, she's here again, guys.
Is anybody out there? What's that song?
Kristin, are you there? Yes, I am. Thank you. I think, the other thing I was going to add to all the good stuff about conferences is being able to give back. I think that's really important, especially after everything that I've been through and, things I've learned from, my team and nationally and everywhere else. Sometimes I go to conferences and I just have conversations just to give back. It's like, hey, how do I? And I'm like, oh, okay, you can, because sometimes it's not always easy when I have 50,000 things to do and I get an email. It's hard for me to take 30 minutes out to be like, okay, there's no way that I can call somebody and spend 30 minutes on the phone or even go on lube.com and record what I'm doing. But if I'm at a conference, I'm already there to do that. So I enjoy doing that too.
Yeah, that's a good point for sure. That since I've been here, I've literally got 12 inquiries in my inbox right now. I'm like, nothing when I was home for a couple days. I roll out and go to Georgia. It's like, boom, boom, boom. It's crazy.
I have a theory about that because I get a lot of my bookings when I take time for myself or time for quality time with my family or with friends. That's when I get the bookings, when I'm on the beach in Cabo, when I'm in Georgia with the girls. There's something magical about it, I swear.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk about equipment. You guys ready to talk about equipment?
Let's do it.
Okay, because last week I literally got to check every single one of the new KS series subs.
Nice.
And I mean, seriously, if I could just have all of them, that would be absolutely amazing. That would be great. So talk to me about what are you guys using for your equipment and your setup right now?
Well, actually, the setup that we have here, we have you're really not allowed to have a speaker larger than the palm of your hand. I'm like, what? It's a female DJ retreat. I was about to sneak it in a suitcase, but I didn't. We have a QSC K8, so something small, that can still give us that great sound quality, but also not get us kicked out with a $10,000 fine. I'm not playing. But I know, Steph, you were saying that QSC is all you've ever used, and that what were you talking about, starting out and QSC and
so when I first got started, I had a friend of mine who was a mentor, took me shopping at Guitar Center, and he's pointing out what I should get started with, and I was like some little Mackie or something, and he's like, but these are the ones that I want over here, and he pointed at the QSCs, and so I said to the guy, well, show me those. So I left with the QSC K8s for, my first set of speakers. But then over the years, I've grown to the 10s and the 12s. And so I've been rocking those, and I've been so excited. The 12s are amazing. I got the 12.2 and the 12. So I don't know. I feel like the bass boost is amazing. I love the multiple connections in the back, so I could do a microphone on one side, music in the other. I like to run, sometimes I like to run sound out of like stereo. So it just has so many options and capabilities. I don't think I'm ever really going to switch out of QSC, but I do like to see what they continue to come out with because my goal in life is to own one of the subs.
Yeah.
So it's got to be like light enough for me to like transport and set up myself. Light enough and also like small enough to pack in my car because I don't have like a van, but I'm keeping my eyes peeled.
Yeah, I have the same. I'm going between like the 18 and 210s for that reason, but I need subs.
Well, we can hook you guys up with that for sure. I mean, we know somebody at QSC who can help. What I will say is between the 3 different subs that they have, well, I already own a KW, but I do like the KS series, and there's 3 different ones. You'll have to go back through the videos and watch all of them because we explained it, and I don't remember all of them, but they do make them more compact and easier for, if you are loading it in an SUV instead of like in a van. And the great thing about it is you could already use the tops that you have, whether that's an 8 or a 10, and just put it on top. Yeah. And it just give you that extra bass boost. So you guys are going to have to check those out for sure.
Yeah. For sure.
Somebody is killing it in the idea world at QSC right now. That's amazing to be interchangeable.
Yep. So QSC is in the chat right now. KS112 for small and compact, and it's 2,600 watts. So I was in front of it when it was packing the punch, and like it's definitely a twerk worthy speaker for sure.
Yeah. QSC hooked us up too with we made gift bags for the girls, Michelle and I, and we included some of our favorite items from back home, like face masks or bath bombs. Yeah, but QSC, I reached out to them, Brad specifically, and said, hey, is there we can get some pens? We're gonna have journals. We're gonna be journaling. So we've had the power of QSC pens to write our emotions out. Like emotions sponsored by QSC, the power to get all of it out. But so just a big thank you to QSC for sending us not only the pens but cute little bags that they go with. Well, not cute little, it's branded. QSC's brand is not cute little. It says play out loud on it, and they gave us some screen cleaner too. So definitely thankful for how generous they are and for the products they're creating for all of us.
I love it. What about the rest of you ladies? What are you using for your wedding or your social event setups?
So I just got the CP8s. I'm excited about them, honestly. I've been really happy with them. A lot of my events are very small, and I've had, a really rockin' 50-person party. They're doing the job well. And I have the K10s, which is what I started with a long time ago. Made a lot of money off of them. They were perfect for me. And I got the K12.2s last year. And I love them. They're a little heavy for me. So it's motivation to go to the gym and do some upper body workouts. And I am hoping to be getting a sub here real soon. And then, the one thing that I'm still struggling with a bit is the battery powered speaker ceremony system with a clip-on mic. And that's something I get a lot of off-grid, a lot of logistically challenging gigs this season. Maybe beach ceremonies, a lot of coastal weddings, out in a field with no power. So I'm getting the whole mix up of variety, like usually. So
check it. QSC just said you can power the CPBs with a battery system, no problem.
CP8.
Is that what that looks like? I need to go to the eye doctor.
Yeah, I'm going to test it. I've gotten some new battery things. I'm going to test it. I've been so slammed. I haven't had time to test it, but I'm going to. I've been too busy getting massages. No, I'm just kidding.
There you go. Ladies or Dvinity, do you guys want to talk about what setups you're using right now?
Do it. Get on the mic. Get on the mic. Get on the mic.
Well, okay, so I don't have any QSC. I love your guys' products, but I haven't been able to go down that road yet. One day, but right now I have a couple of 8-inch Yamahas, and then I have a EV 12-inch sub that's like 40 pounds, and I love that thing. I can lift it up, throw it in the car. It sounds great with a couple of 8-inch speakers, and it's so light. I mean, so much lighter. I had a couple of like 15-inch subwoofers when I first started because I just was like convinced that's what I needed. But yeah, I'm really happy with my EVs because you can get into your phone and control volume from your phone. And if you link them up, you can control them that way. So that's what I'm on.
What's up,
We're gonna-
BB?
What
Yeah,
up,
I
BB?
do borrow Michelle's QSCs, and
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
sound amazing.
We're gonna convert you to either the 112s or the 212s,
Yeah.
and then you can tell us if you like that difference. We won't go into that.
We should film that too. Like, remember when we talked about it at the retreat? Well, here's Morgan trying out.
I'll get there one day.
Yeah, I love it. And again, you guys know I've got, my team that works with me. So we've got a warehouse of QSC, and just depending on the application, whether we're outside, whether we're in a ballroom, an event space, it all just depends on how you're using it and whatnot. So, I mean, I can't say enough great things about it. Adam's in the chat. He's saying, what type of controllers do you guys use?
Yeah, we can't hear you, love. But I heard you say what kind of controllers you guys use. Controllers wise, I use the Pioneer DDJ 1000. I actually really, really like that controller myself. I got it when it was only compatible with Rekordbox. That was the only downside for me because I have to DJ with Rekordbox software, which a lot of DJs love. I just know Serato, but they have another one that's compatible with Serato. So I love the DDJ 1000 as a controller for so many reasons. I love the platter, so I highly recommend the Pioneer DDJ 1000. Other than that, I'm using turntables and an S9.
Wait, are we going to get started on that conversation again?
I know, right? I feel like I just need to be able to, here, Jess, it's time to play. Here's some turntables.
No, I need someone to send me some reins so I can play on those. So I personally am on a Pioneer SX3, but I can play on a 2. I mean, I could play on a 1000, but Pioneer is what I'm on. Jess, what do you got?
Same girl. Pioneer DDJ SX2. I can play on the 3. I can play on the SZ. Performing at conferences, you don't always have your choice of what exactly you want to perform on, which is fine, because I feel like if you can use all the tools in your job path and your career field, that just makes you more of an expert. So I need to get my hands on some vinyl and just be like, okay, so this is the kind of touch I need to use. It makes me feel like less of a DJ that we've had this conversation. Anyways, let's pass it. Controller, tables. What's up? I'm ready to dance.
And then I'm going to get passionate after
Okay, so I have a DDJ-SR, a Pioneer DDJ-SR, and an RR, also Rekordbox, but I'm a virtual DJ user, so I just connected them both to virtual DJ, made my life easier. But I also love the bigger one. I just chose the smaller ones just honestly for weight and size for myself. But the 1000 was like kind of my goal, but I don't even use 4 channels, so I kind of was just, yeah, I was sticking to the 2 channel and the smaller for weight purposes.
It's funny because I'm on that. The reason why I like 4 channel is because on one of the channels I use it as a backup in case I need to play a phone or iPad or something else, and then the other channel I use as a backup mic. So I kind of like use them for other things. So just something to think about, if you ever need to get into that.
Adam says no love for Denon. We have an MR 1000 right now, I think, that I borrowed from my buddy Topher Taylor out of Atlanta. Is that what it is? Is it the MR 1000? Correct me if I'm wrong. But
MC.
MC. You think I would know?
Well, I don't know, because we also in our warehouse have some Denon MC 6000 MK2s, which are like tiny little guys, but it's like, but they're, I mean, if you don't need to, you know what I mean, guys, we don't even need to go there,
So what's up, Denon? Okay, Morgan.
Right now I'm using a Pioneer DDJ SX2 with Serato. I was doing DJ Pro for a while because I was super stoked on their Spotify third-party streaming service for those random songs that people come up and ask you for. And then Spotify did away with that third-party use, so I'm back to Serato again.
I'm a Pioneer DDJ SX3, so I could plug her in with me. It's one of the features I love, is having two USBs and 3 microphones with that one. Comes in handy. I sometimes run tracks for artists. And so that I love that. I also this year got the Denon, what is it? Denon Prime Go. It's battery powered. It could last almost 4 hours without power. It can connect to the internet and connect with Tidal. You could put a USB stick in there. You don't have to have a computer. It does not go with Serato, which if I would have known that, I might have thought twice about buying it. But I was wanting to be able to do off-grid elopements. I'm also an officiant, so I could play the music, marry them, play the music off-grid in the redwood trees or on the beach. That was my vision for it. So I have both of those. I haven't fully learned the Denon Prime Go quite yet. And then when I play with my husband, I play on the Techniques with Serato and a rain mixer.
I love it. I love it. So fun. Adam says, gotta have Serato. I mean, I'm on Serato, but I started on virtual DJ. This is like a whole nother hour-long conversation because at the end of the day, here's what my suggestion would be. Play on what you can play on that makes you feel comfortable and slay a dance floor, period. You know, you got to know who you are as an artist, who you are as a business person, and what your business model is. So I'm not going to knock anything because at once I was on virtual DJ and it did great for me and I slayed, but I can also slay on Serato. So, I mean, at me.
Love it.
You hear that, girls? At her. I've been
At
on and I'm
me.
like, why aren't you adding me in your stories? At her.
At me. I know someone's going to at me. Oh my God, Kristin, you were on virtual DJ? Yes, she was at one point in time. So we're kind of wrapping up the last bit of our QSC Lab discussion. Ladies, is there anything else that you want to add or share with our listeners today?
Yeah. Who should go? I want to be very aware of the fact that, you know, anybody on the outside seeing us kind of post about this retreat and everything. I am a girl that has never been part of the cliques, right? Like I know who my people are and such, but I never want anybody to feel left out. And this was just a test run. This was us meeting. This was also having a vision about something we wanted to do, which is to, you know, have this retreat, female DJ focused, not male bashing, so kind of working out our intention and what we want from that. We're still figuring that out. We know it needs to happen in our hearts. And if anybody out there watching, or if you know another female DJ, even a male DJ that would mind, you know, kind of bouncing some ideas around about what we're doing, then it is open. Inviters are open. This is not exclusive, you know, cool with everybody, right? I don't know if I said that well, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. Love you guys. Michelle,
well, this just came to mind and I wanted to share it because we're all a little bit woo here. And I think that's why we were attracted to one another. And I had a psychic reading in 2018 and I recorded it. And when I listened back to it about a year later, it was telling me that this was like what I was going to be doing. Like I was going to get people to come together and we're going to share our stories. And that's going to be my way of healing. And that's like what I do through my podcasting. And so, you know, there's just this whole power of bringing minds together. And I cannot wait for Las Vegas. I am going to be DJing, speaking, and hosting one of the DJ Takeover nights. So I wanted to share that huge news. I couldn't be more excited. Like I'm freaking out. And the applications I think are still open.
Yeah, that's true.
So for Mobile Entertainment Expo, which if you don't know, Mobile Beat sold to the Photo Booth Expo, Rob. And it's going to be a whole new thing. And it's in February in Vegas. And applications are still open if you want to speak or DJ. So there's a Facebook group for that. And I cannot wait to meet everybody.
For sure.
I love it. Thank you guys once again so much for joining us on another edition of QSC Play Out Loud with the ladies. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Thanks for having me with you. So sorry I couldn't be there in person, but keep an eye out on the QSC Facebook page. We'll let you know when we're going live again. Ladies,
bye,
love
Kristin.
you guys.
Bye, everybody. Miss you.